Tech product launches are meant to be polished, perfect spectacles, but history's most memorable moments are the unscripted fails, meltdowns, and missteps that no rehearsal could fix. Here are 10 of the wildest, most viral moments from tech leaders on stage. If this is the kind of content you love, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a deep dive into tech history's chaos. Number 10. Elon Musk and the Cybertruck window disaster. November 21, 2019. Tesla had been hyping its first electric pickup for years. The unveiling took place at the Tesla Design Studio in Hawthorne, California, right next to SpaceX headquarters. On stage, Musk promised the Cybertruck had armor glass windows so tough they were essentially bulletproof and scratch-resistant. To prove it, chief designer Franz von Holzhausen first swung a sledgehammer at the door. The stainless steel body held. Then he hurled a steel ball at the driver's side window. It shattered instantly, spiderwebbing across the glass.
Yeah. Oh my fucking God. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
He threw it again at the rear window.
Oh, man.
That one cracked too. Musk stared at the glass and muttered, "Oh my God." He later explained that the prior sledgehammer strike had weakened the base of the window, ruining the demonstration. Tesla leaned into the chaos, releasing branded t-shirts featuring the cracked window image. Within 5 days of the event, Musk announced 250,000 pre-orders. The most embarrassing live demo of the decade became one of the most effective product launches in automotive history.
Oh man, it didn't go through.
Number 9. Steve Ballmer and the Developers Meltdown, September 2000. At Microsoft 25th Anniversary Employee Event in Seattle, newly appointed CEO Steve Ballmer charged onto the stage and launched into one of the most unhinged performances any CEO has ever delivered on camera. He chanted,
"Developers, developers, 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 developers."
"Developers, developers," over and over at the top of his lungs, pumping his fists, bounding across the stage, his shirt drenched through with sweat. The crowd roared. Ballmer had become CEO just 8 months earlier and was making clear that Microsoft's survival depended on keeping third-party developers loyal. The footage leaked online the following year and became one of the first viral CEO moments of the internet era. It remains one of the most recognizable tech stage moments ever captured. Number 8. Mark Zuckerberg and the Sweating Interview, June 2010. At the D8 All Things Digital Conference hosted by Walt Mossberg and Kara Swisher, Zuckerberg sat down for a long, bruising interview about Facebook privacy practices.
But there is some controversy that you've just been through.
He was grilled on Beacon, the controversial 2007 ad and tracking tool that broadcast user purchases to friends without their consent, setting off a wave of public anger over Facebook data practices.
I mean, privacy is a really important issue for us and for the internet. So we spend a lot of time thinking about these things.
As the questions intensified, Zuckerberg began sweating heavily through his clothes. Kara Swisher eventually told him to take off his hoodie.
Maybe I should take off the hoodie.
Take off the hoodie.
Go ahead.
You want
What
to?
the hell?
You want? Go ahead. Here. Let me get.
When he removed it, the inner lining was printed with Facebook mission statement and company principles. The moment became a defining snapshot of Zuckerberg's awkward public persona.
Making the world more open and connected.
Oh my God! It's like a secret
Cool.
vault.
Critics called it tone deaf. It foreshadowed years of privacy scandals and regulatory scrutiny that would define Facebook's trajectory for the next decade. Number 7. Michael Bay and the Samsung CES walk-off. January 6, 2014. Samsung booked Transformers director Michael Bay for its CES press conference in Las Vegas to promote a new curved 105-inch Ultra HD television. Executive Vice President Joe Stinciano introduced Bay with tremendous fanfare. The teleprompter failed almost immediately. Bay tried to wing it.
We'll wing it right now. I try to take people on an emotional ride, and
lost his place mid-sentence, apologized,
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
and walked off stage in under 2 minutes. Stinciano was left alone in front of a stunned audience. Bay blogged about it the same day, writing, "Wow, I just embarrassed myself at CES. I guess live shows are not my thing." He called it the worst experience of his professional life and blamed the teleprompter glitch for the sudden exit. It became an instant CES legend. Number 6. Bill Gates and the Windows 98 blue screen of death, April 20th, 1998. At the Comdex trade show in Chicago, Gates was on stage demonstrating Windows 98 revolutionary new plug and play feature. His assistant, Chris Capasela, connected a USB scanner to a Windows 98 PC to show how the operating system would automatically detect and install hardware on the fly. Instead, the machine threw up the infamous blue screen of death in front of a packed room of industry professionals.
The appropriate drivers. You'll notice that this scanner build. Whoa.
Capocella froze. Gates grinned and immediately quipped,
That must be why we're not shipping Windows 98. Absolutely. Absolutely.
The audience erupted in laughter. The clip became one of the most replayed moments in tech demo history and gave the world decades of material for jokes about Windows reliability. Before we continue, which of these moments made you laugh the hardest? The Cybertruck shatter, Ballmer sweaty chant, or Zuckerberg meltdown? Drop a comment and let us know where you are watching from today. Number 5. Steve Jobs and blaming the audience at the iPhone 4 demo, June 7th, 2010. At WWDC in San Francisco, Jobs tried to demo the new iPhone 4 and its stunning Retina display by loading a live web page on stage. The Wi-Fi crawled to a halt. The packed room of journalists and developers had overwhelmed the network with their own laptops, MiFi devices, and personal hotspots. Jobs grew visibly irritated. He stopped the demo and bluntly asked everyone in the room to turn off their personal Wi-Fi networks and MiFi devices.
We figured out why my demo crashed. Because there are 570 Wi-Fi base stations operating in this room. So we either turn off all the stuff and see the demos, or we give up and I don't show you the demos. Would you like to see the demos or not? Okay.
The crowd obliged. The demo limped through. Weeks later, the iPhone 4 antenna problem exploded into the international scandal that became known as AntennaGate. Only Jobs could blame a room full of reporters and still sell millions of the device. Number 4. The Qualcomm-born mobile keynote disaster, January 7th, 2013. For the first time, CES handed its coveted opening keynote slot to Qualcomm instead of Microsoft. Qualcomm CEO Paul Jacobs delivered a 90-minute variety show loosely themed around the born mobile generation. The presentation featured Sesame Street Big Bird, Pacific Rim director Guillermo del Toro, NASCAR driver Brad Keselowski, Star Trek actress Alice Eve, a live performance by Maroon 5, a surprise video cameo by Steve Ballmer, and a pre-recorded video appearance by Nobel Peace Prize laureate Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Technology journalists in the audience were baffled. The Verge editor-in-chief, Liv, tweeted the word "no," repeated for an entire line of text. It was universally panned as the most surreal and incoherent keynote in CES history. Qualcomm never attempted the variety format again. Number 3. The Samsung Galaxy S4 launch sexism scandal, March 14, 2013. Samsung rented Radio City Music Hall in New York and mounted a full Broadway-style stage production to unveil the Galaxy S4. The script leaned heavily on gender stereotypes. Female actors appeared in segments about wedding planning, dieting, and nail care. Male characters were given scenes around gaming and productivity. The backlash was immediate. CNET executive editor Molly Wood titled her review, "Tone deaf and shockingly sexist," and the phrase stuck across the industry. Critics called it an embarrassment for a company selling to a global audience. Samsung never publicly apologized. The Galaxy S4 went on to sell well, but the launch remains a textbook case study in how not to market a flagship tech product. Number 2. Tim Cook, Bono, and forcing U2 into everyone's iTunes, September 9th, 2014. At the end of the iPhone 6 and Apple Watch unveiling event, Tim Cook brought out U2 for a surprise live performance. Then Cook announced that U2 new album Songs of Innocence had just been automatically pushed for free to the iTunes libraries of roughly 500 million accounts worldwide. Cook called it the largest album release of all time. Cook and Bono shared an awkward fist bump on stage. The reaction from the public was swift and furious. Millions of users woke up to an album they had not asked for sitting in their music libraries. Apple was forced to build a dedicated removal tool. In a Facebook fan Q&A the following month, Bono said, "Oops, I am sorry about that. I had this beautiful idea and we got carried away with ourselves." In his 2022 memoir, Surrender, he went further, taking fuller responsibility and acknowledging the release felt invasive to people who had not asked for it. Number 1. Bill Gates and Conan O'Brien, Everything Crashes at CES 2005, Las Vegas, January 5, 2005. Gates had invited late-night host Conan O'Brien to co-host Microsoft opening CES keynote. What was planned as a polished showcase of Windows XP Media Center and the digital home vision quickly unraveled. The Media Center demo crashed during a digital photo segment. A tablet PC failed to access the internet. The new Forza Motorsport racing game triggered a full Windows blue screen mid-race on a projected screen behind them. Conan roasted every failure in real time as it happened. Gates stood beside him, grinning through the carnage, laughing at himself. What could have been a catastrophic PR moment became one of the warmest and most human CES keynotes anyone could remember. Gates earned enormous goodwill that night for one simple reason. He did not take himself too seriously.